IVM.
I hate going to the bank. My regular bank guy is out of town. His name is Peter. He's really nice. He used to give me coffee. So I have to explain to everything to this new guy who's just not the same. In fact, he doesn't even look up. Have you ever got a bureaucrat who doesn't look up and talk to you? Very disrespectful. Anyway, so this new guy doesn't know anything, doesn't know the kind of money I make, the things I'm saving for, and even the kind of chai I like to drink, which I don't really like to drink, but at least offer it to me when I visit the goddamn bank. But no more, because now I have Jupiter. I have Jupiter. Jupiter is a new way of banking. You open a bank account whenever you want in just a few seconds. Ladies, just please understand this. In 3 seconds or less, you open a bank account. No messy paperwork, no endless forms. And then you're getting those forms signed by 3 different bank personnel who aren't available on the phone, etc. Oh, the horror. Plus, because of Jupiter, I can just have the kind of chai I want at home, even though I don't drink chai, while accessing my bank account. And now I will take a sip of fake chai just because I like to create an ambiance. Okay, that's done. Life is good again. Just visit the Jupiter.money website to find out more or download the Jupiter app on Android and iOS to get started. And remember, Jupiter and glasses. That's what I'm all about. Kripaya dhyan dijiye. The language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Welcome to Cyrus Says. I don't want to say this all the time because I think it sounds like a TV show and I'm trying to stop that habit. But apparently it is called Cyrus Says and it's brought to you by Jupiter. That I will say, a banking app that helps you master your money. Bit of an accident, that's why we're 1 minute behind schedule. My glasses broke. I have only one leg. So I have a one-legged glass. Is it one leg or one arm? I'll find out from the 3 wonderful horsemen who are with me. In the meantime, I want to discuss something gym-related. It's about time that the government comes together. I want a committee set up. What are we going to do with people who bring mats into the gym and then lie down in the middle? Somebody's got to take action against these morons, these monkeys, these idiots. It's a friggin' weight room. You're trying to lift weights, and in the middle you have this moron lying around and they actually fall asleep while they do. They actually go down in supine position and just relax. So I just think we should be allowed to stamp on them in the middle of our workout just to get the blood rush and that kind of thing. If they do that, or the government should, I would say, at least 6 months jail minimum for this kind of moron. But they can take their mat to jail, of course, and lie down wherever they want to. In jail. But keep your mats out of the gym. Mats out of the gym. All rabbit talk will end now.
Hey guys, this is Chuck here. You might have heard me on The Origin of Things and Simplified. I want to let you know about a new show I'm hosting. It's called One Rep at a Time and it has me talking about the various aspects of health and fitness, like nutrition, exercise, stress management, sleep. It's a show geared towards those who are looking to kickstart their fitness journey. I drop in lots of trivia, give you my own experiences and mistakes, lots of tips, speak to a lot of experts. So if you're looking to start a fitness journey, this is the show for you. Check out One Rep at a Time on Spotify, Apple Podcasts and other podcast apps. Alright then, back to your scheduled programming.
Pleasant, happy moments with 2 beautiful young women. Niveditha and Ayushi have joined us. And how to describe Abbas? I suppose.
Oh, there I am.
He should have been a dentist. That's the best I can do.
Yes.
There's an echo with yours.
There's an echo apparently, Abbas. Can you?
Hello.
No, that's you made your own echo. You're fooling us by saying the same word 8 times. You screwed the sound guy for life.
Also, I did Amit's line. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
This has always got a sexual flavor to it.
No, it doesn't.
Was it only I
Only
picked that
for
up?
you, yes.
Only I picked that up.
No one else.
It's not coming. Yeah, it's not coming from him.
Who starts any sexual endeavor with hello?
Antriksh.
Well, whenever I'm in Bangkok, that's the opening line.
Okay.
That's because it's a language barrier.
Either it's ladyboy or hello. These are the 2 things I'm normally. This is what they say.
It's so soon. It's at the
5
top
minutes,
of the episode
exactly.
that you have gone into this.
It's true. Once I'd gone for an event or something and I didn't have a mobile phone, so I'm waiting outside, the usual, when you don't have a mobile phone, you don't know who's coming to fetch you and all that. And then this guy's staring at me, I'm staring at him, and he looks at me and he says, Ladyboy. And
He
I know
asked you.
Yeah, but apparently he wanted to know if I wanted to indulge in ladyboy pleasure. But I thought he thought I was a ladyboy, and at that point I was questioning my sexuality in any case.
As we all should.
On a regular basis. So it was, anyway, he wasn't the guy. the other guy who recognized me, he came right next to me holding a banner. No idea who I was or whatever. And then I pointed to it. And the usual racism where they look at the banner and look at you and are disappointed that you are the banner. And I should have gone with the ladyboy guy. Honestly, I felt more love from him. He seemed more enthusiastic.
What's your problem with maths in the gym, man? I need to go back to this.
Why are they lying down?
What do you mean lying down? They're not sleeping. They've come to work.
There is only one exercise lying down, which is when you actually bench off the floor. Okay, which nobody does anymore.
Or even if you're doing like a lying down chest press or something.
That's called a bench from the floor. I just said that. We are going back in time.
Okay, sorry.
You don't speak Hebrew. I mean, I'm trying to explain this in many languages.
So what's the problem?
Because they come in the way. Okay, today I was squatting and you turn around and suddenly this guy's lying there. He's a 60-year-old man and he's with his legs spread like he's delivering a baby and trying to spread his legs and touch his knees, some awkward thing like that. I'm like, really?
Yoga.
It's sort of half yoga, half his own invention, waste of everybody's time, and maybe he'll pass wind. I don't know what the end result of that was.
He shouldn't be in the middle of it. But what's the big deal if they bring the man and work out? They're also working out.
But no, there is a problem. It's territorial and all that. I mean, just come in the way all the time. And it's just their body language is numb. It's like they're paralyzed already. If you're paralyzed, why are you in here?
So you want to stamp on a 60-year-old man?
I want to go to the library where he belongs and lie down there and read a book and leave me alone.
That's very ageist, Cyrus.
It's not an age thing.
In 5 years, people are going to say the same thing about you.
No, they won't. I'm a warrior. I'll die trying. I'm not going to waste my time lying down.
Cyrus will be at the gym with a walking stick shooing people out.
Get this bat away.
Oh, I'll be that guy who runs in like guerrilla warfare, jumps on the guy and runs out immediately. Yeah. Rep 1.
I like how we're talking about this like it's Cyrus's future.
It's his present.
Ouch. Niveditha, it's making me smile. So don't take that away from me. Okay? Just the idea of stamping on that guy while he lies down.
Look at you getting so happy.
I know. I was just, I'm running out of breath, running out of energy, trying to push myself. And I turn around and this guy is so relaxed, it irritates me. He's just come there and he's so calm.
You also want him
so
to be...
stoic.
If he was angry on the mat, would it be better?
If he was really pushing himself to lift his leg, because that was a problem, like a dying animal, fine, I don't mind that. Then at least because there's an attempt to, push himself. But he's just lying there like a corpse.
So it's a lack of intent also that's
lack of intent, intensity, energy, effort, no sense of robustness, ferocity, aggression.
How dare he?
Wow,
no
what are
planning,
these synonyms?
no
List
pre,
of
no
synonyms.
pro. No, it's just a waste of time. Why is he there? Why do they get up and come? It's like those idiots on Marine Drive. When I pass them at 6 a.m, there are guys outside Hindu gym, Parsi gym, standing there and they just like air traffic control moving their arms. But they get up at 4:30 and land up there at 5:30 and they just move their hands 5 inches in each side.
That range of motion is not like yours.
Why? Just don't do it. It's futile. It's pointless. It's like me doing comedy. Don't do it.
You know what isn't pointless, Cyrus?
Yes,
the new shirt that you're wearing.
Would
you like to?
I really like it. I really like it. And
it says big boomer energy.
I've already 2 days old, so I've already put a pen mark on the chest by mistake.
Why?
Where did you get this shirt?
Why?
That's a good question. Where did you get this shirt, Cyrus?
I make these shirts for our podcast. Niveditha, if you want to buy for your boyfriend.
And
it's 800 rupees per thing.
Or yourself, Niveditha. And if anyone watching and listening to this
there's no
wants to get it.
Gender bias.
There's no gender bias. Anyone can buy it.
Are you actually making this t-shirt?
Yes. Yeah.
You go onto ivmpodcast.com and click on the shop tab on the
So not only do I
page.
not get paid by this place, I also have to now buy my own merchandise.
And you don't even know about it.
Didn't
treat it
even
so
know
badly that you
about
don't
it.
even know what's happening. Yeah.
You can
sad.
buy this and many other designs that we have.
And if you want this particular one, which I'm wearing, you can take it, I'll wash it and give it to you at 400. Right?
Okay.
I want to know how long it's been in your gym bag, like that other t-shirt of yours.
My gym bag has 3-4 shirts in it at all times. I have everything for emergencies, so I've forgotten underwear. So I keep lots of stuff.
all
in
the
there.
Those aren't
There
merchandise.
have been days when I've had to go straight to work to some studio or the other and I forgot the underwear and I had to borrow my friend Faisal's underwear. He's a little larger than me and he's got these huge, like, what are they called?
Please tell me Faisal carries additional underwear with him and
He
not
just
give you
gave
the
me,
one.
he gave me one pair. Yeah. He has a locker. So he has a couple. So he gave me an old one and he had the cheek to say, don't give it back. I was like, why, bro? Now once we share underwear, I thought we have a special bond.
But you have to give that back. I think once you give an underwear, it's kind of like, now it's yours.
Yeah.
No, I brought it back. I cleaned it and put it in a little plastic bag and brought it back. Plastic was allowed in those days and he was like, bro, no, you keep the underwear.
Yeah, now you keep it.
Yeah.
So you got a free undie.
I know, but it's a horrible one. It's like, it's dungarees. What do you call those things? Yeah, those long...
Shorts, 3/4.
Boxer briefs.
Yeah, boxer briefs, but not the short boxer brief. It's like longish one.
A
Hot
pantaloons.
pants.
So my shorts, something like that. My shorts and the thing were almost the same length. So you could see yellow coming out of my grey shorts, when I
Right.
was
Were you
sitting
wearing
and stuff.
cycling shorts?
Look, beggars can't be choosers. Faisal was good enough to give me something. Options being Dr. Saraya's jockstrap. okay, which he happily offered, but to take it off his legs would take 15-20 minutes. God bless his soul.
No, I can't even. These are mental images I don't need.
You don't know what happens in that gym. You're taking the old people. They have people help them take the underwear on and off. Like they just sit there because they can't. They can't move their mobility. We were discussing this. Their mobility is not good.
That's because you don't let them
This is
walk
the
on their
worst
mobility.
part.
You don't let them walk on their mobility on the mat. This is what he's
Once
trying to
those
do.
guys lie on the mat, there's no coming back. You have to wrap the mat around them and, straight.
A little yoga roll of them.
How can you take their side, Ayushi? They're in the wrong place. This is a place for exercise. There's going to be some energy level. You can't just turn up and sort of drift like a dying blade of grass.
I agree, but I'm just thinking, because it is my grandfather you're talking about specifically. So I'm just trying to fight for him.
Does he really do that?
No.
Is he a mat guy?
He walks. His thing is
That's
walks.
fine.
He has found, he Google maps the distance from his house to the nearest mall.
Mm-hmm.
Then inside the mall, he's figured out the distance that he can walk.
Mm-hmm.
And then what he walks back. So every day his exercises, he goes to the
genius.
mall, walks
in the
around the mall,
Yeah.
and then walks back. He's saying, so I go there, it's hot, I get AC in the mall. Then I come back.
The mall's open.
He has befriended
The security
every
guards.
single...
The mall's open at 11, brother. He's not going to walk at
10,
11.
He goes in the
9:30,
evening,
10.
in the evening also sometimes.
okay.
But he's befriended every store manager. They
That's
all tell
adorable.
him new products. So he comes back every day with like a new jam or a new biscuit or something like that.
This is the story of Gujarati millionaires.
Yeah.
Okay, who can afford to buy them all, but still go and do this. This is the story I want you to take
He
back
is
to your kids.
a sweet
This is how you do well in
old
life.
man who walks every day to the mall and walks back.
But see, that's fine because walking is walking. He's in the right place, doing the right thing. I'm saying You're dropping a mat in the middle of people trying to breathe. We're dying here. I'm way beyond my capacity most of the time.
Yes, because
To
you're
all-
a boomer.
I'm a boomer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the topic? You
No,
want to address Antariksh's absence
Yeah,
before
where is
we
he?
move on?
Antariksh had to have surgery.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we figured out that there's only one way to get him to get to the point faster. He's got a 3-beat style.
Right, yeah.
And
That's a surprisingly good impression of
It plays in my head like a bad record. It just goes on and on. and on.
Honestly,
I can't
that's
sleep.
not a bad
Yeah,
impression
exactly,
of
yeah.
him.
And I don't know what to do. I just don't know Abbas stay.
Yeah. No, Antariksh will be back tomorrow.
Oh, where is he?
I don't know, sleeping at home. Is he in your
He's not a morning person.
He's
But
on
hey,
his way.
Neither were you.
I'm
I
not a
know.
morning person
Yeah.
too.
Huh.
Yeah.
Can you
Neither
see
is,
it in my
neither is
face?
Niveditha.
That is
And she
lack
made
of
it here
interest
for
is
you.
not because of your face. That's just the show.
Because
So
of
you're
the
one of
show.
those people who takes mats to the gym and goes to sleep, catch on some.
I've
sleep
never
there.
been in a gym in my
Oh,
life.
thank God.
What?
High five.
Never been in
She's
a gym.
ectomorphic. She doesn't need to. She doesn't care about all that.
You just absorb energy and turn it into muscle straight.
Yeah.
Damn
I don't
it.
think. Yeah, well, I'd
I
like
hope
you to
one
think
day-
that about me.
Niveditha,
though.
I hope
That's
one day
something
in your
that
40s you grow up, you get up and you're really fat, being thin all your life. I know 2 girls like this.
Why?
I don't mean to be mean.
What kind of
no,
wishes are
I'm
these?
just saying because they've gotten away with a life where they were being because they never stressed out like the other girls. So normal girls all go through all kinds of things in their entire life,
I
and
know,
the boys too.
baseline anxiety about body image is just like
yeah.
it's a
So they're
general default setting.
ectomorphic sort of girls
Yeah.
who never had a fat issue growing up, 20s, 30s, and I've seen 2 of them now. Suddenly in their 40s because of menopause, I presume the hormonal imbalance takes place.
You shut
And
up.
then-
It doesn't
I know.
come at 40. It comes
Any
way
between 40
later.
and well, my wife hasn't got it yet. She's 50. A friend of mine at 48 has got it.
Way too much information we know about your friends as underwear sizes and who in your family
I always
has reached
indulge women in
menopause.
hormonal talk. It's my
Because
favorite talk.
we enjoy it.
They enjoy it. And,
Okay.
and women are more honest and sincere when it comes to having this conversation. Men lie. Men lie much more than women.
True, yes.
Of course they do.
I don't know why men lie. So I have male friends who talk about their sexual conquest. It's such lies.
It's
Oh
lies.
yeah, I got this girl in Bandra. That's all bullshit. They just make it
But I
up.
did get a girl in band.
No, I'm talking about Vinay. Vinay is horrible that way. It just kind of
Shall we
lies.
go to the topic, Cyrus?
You want to talk about hormones?
No.
Okay, fine. How are yours?
They're there.
In
I
check.
check. Yeah, I check. They
Remember,
are
when you
there.
start lactating, it's not a bad sign.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
You will be the first to know.
Please, I will partake. I'm
You
quite-
partake.
What
You
the
know
hell?
what? Record it. Everything is content these days.
Yeah.
might be the next T-shirt. Lactating. Let me have a sip.
The show is gonna get shut down.
You're worried about that? Abbas rants against the government. What about that? That's more dangerous.
No. Best
Yeah.
government in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Moving on to the first topic. A US cat owner wins rupees 95 lakh
Cat.
settlement.
You
cat,
picked
cat.
the one topic
Billy.
that I did not read. You literally picked the one article that I did not read.
I
Cat cat
just read the
owner
headlines
won
of these.
95 lakh settlement after a feline was wrongly fined for trespassing. Basically, what happened was a woman called Daniele, which is a beautiful name, and
Maybe you're pronouncing it wrong. Huh?
Are you-
Maybe
Daniele.
it's spelled Daniela,
I think
but there's
it's
no
Danielle.
pronunciation.
It's
yeah.
Daniele, Danieli.
This is like people
But that doesn't mean
calling
they
a giraffe.
pronounce the I. It's like Hrithik.
I
He put an
want
H
to.
in the middle, and my dad goes Haritik. I'm like, Daddy, it's not Haritik. But he put the H in Rishi. Our Rishi is a Harishi.
You think that name is fancy? The cat was called Miska. Miska.
I think it's Mishka, if it's
no,
Russian.
it's Miska. They are US based.
But they can have Russian. I can't do this.
Miska-
I want Silvery back.
Miska was accused. Oh, he'll be back tomorrow. Then you can complain about me. Miska was accused of being a nuisance to the other pets in the park,
Okay.
and they were sued. And now the court took 3 years to listen to this
How do
case.
you sue a cat?
Yeah, but what does that mean? Nuisance
and
to
a cat's
other.
general
tell you.
behavior is
No,
nuisance.
pet owners can be horrible that way.
Can
I
pets
can
be like
understand.
that? Like I thought all animals were
So you get a bad name,
free
like,
to
like
do
a kid
whatever
gets a
they
bad
wanted.
name in a playground. So sometimes a dog or a cat gets a bad name.
Also, this cat was specifically
Mean
worse.
to the other pets.
Mean?
No,
Yeah.
it all boils
That's
down.
a cat character trait.
No,
though.
it'll boil down to the human, I wouldn't like the word
Ah.
owner, the human's reaction. So he'll get defensive and then a fight, it becomes the ego thing. If it's not quelled initially, it becomes really bad. It's not really about the cat ever.
It's about the
human.
people. Yeah.
And their reaction vis-a-vis the other people's reaction, and then a gang up. I know I've had dogs which are aggressive, passive, everything, so I know the difference.
They're 100% ganging up against you, though.
Not really, but I'll tell you one thing. I stood my ground at the Oval and they all disappeared slowly. Because I'm obsessive personality. I just go with what I do. I'll just do it again. They won't. And that's what happened. One by one, they fell off. Fell off, Abbas.
So what happened to this
Miska was
cat?
also
Fell off a bus.
Miska was put in kitty jail for the 3 years that
Kitty jail?
Yeah.
Ghatkopar?
What?
No, it says in quotes kitty jail. Miska was also once taken from Miss Daniele by animal control and forced to spend time in kitty jail. Reported local news station Fox
This
11.
is so weird. This is the
Yeah, but
most
that's-
first world
but
American
America,
thing
I'll
I've
tell you
ever
one
heard.
thing. Whatever you say about India, we fight a lot for stopping euthanasia with animals and all that. Out there, it's so cut and dry. 48 hours, this, that, and the dog, cat is put to sleep. So in this case, if they lose a case, that it literally can, if the cat has bitten 2 or 3 people,
What
that's
do
it.
you just what is it? Sentence a cat to death
Yeah. And they call North Koreans names. Because they eat cats. That's not the thing.
as a different thing.
Sorry about
But
that.
1 second, they held the cat in jail for 3 years from the
No,
time
not-
of the
I
thing.
just-
No,
Yeah,
not for
for-
the whole
for a
the whole
period of
duration.
time.
For a little period when
So
she was being a nuisance.
So she posted bail, basically.
Yes. And then the owner won, essentially. Which is a good question that Niveditha asked, and sorry to Ayushi, that
You really can find a good
if,
question
if,
in
if
this
the
story.
cat was found guilty, does the owner go to jail then?
Obviously, it's a property issue. They treat it like property in the end of the day, no matter how
Oh.
egalitarian you are.
If my son breaks the law, I don't go to
If,
jail.
if he's a
right?
minor, you are under. You'll be in trouble.
So then,
No,
then the,
he
then
goes
the
to
child
like a
goes to the minor
juvie
jail,
or
yeah,
like a-
the juvenile jail.
Like a correctional
And nothing happens to
facility.
Abbas for being such a bad
No.
father.
Unfortunately, no. But then it does beg the question, like, what should you do? In that horrible case in Pakistan where that guy completely went crazy and he butchered a woman, and then his parents tried to hide it from him. So they also went after the parents because
Wow.
the parents like willfully withheld
Accomplice.
information. They
Accomplices.
basically became accomplices not because they did anything, but
protect him
because they
from getting to jail, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But then they went after the parents because the parents did like, a lot of shady shit to like save their son.
Fine, I'll raise my kids well.
You're not understanding. The moral of the story is just keep a cat.
Or
I do
don't
have a
have
cat.
kids.
There you go.
But my cat is not a nuisance. It's a
Maybe
very
it's
nice
like
cat.
don't let your kid butcher
Abbas
another
is being
pet.
open and personal. Ladies, will
You
stop
can't
cowing
control.
the footage
As
like
far
this?
as I've learned, like there's only so much you can do to raise a kid properly, and then once they turn 18, whatever they do.
How did
is
you
up to
reach
them.
that conclusion?
I've
Mein
just seen
Kampf.
it too many times. I've
Page
seen like.
32, his mom gives up.
Have
He
you
wants to rule
seen-
the world. I can't do anything about this idiot.
Have you seen kids that grow up in good families, like families that they, love
What is
them
this
and
good
everything?
family? You mean like a
You know the
adjusted
one
family?
where like
No, a loving
stable,
family.
loving family,
Right.
and then they grow up and they still turn out to be assholes. And you don't know
I
how
agree.
that happened.
I agree. No,
That's just individual.
We give nature too much of a knock here.
But sometimes kids are just born shitty.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Some of them are kind of just.
I think you're right.
A little
I've
bit
seen
off.
I think you're right.
Yeah, there
because
was.
some are okay. You know why you feel this way? Because some of them are exceptionally good and like really engaging, and then you gravitate towards one child more than the other, and you wonder like maybe that one's kind of shit.
I've seen that kind of shitty baby. I've seen like a
you have
No,
2-year-old
I agree
siblings?
with you.
pure
I have
evil.
a
We could
fear
see it in her
that-
eyes.
Yeah, what if I have an evil child?
All
But
right,
you
it is
never think
it is
they're
a
evil.
valid
It'll take
fear.
a long time. You don't see it. So that should be okay. But the problem of the whole thing is that we can't see anything. People say, shouldn't say bad things about kids because they're innocent and they're babies. And I'm thinking we should. Now we should break that. And just slowly
It's
we
a
should
whole
get it out of the
genre of
system.
horror, the evil baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The devil spawn
Absolutely
and all that
scary.
stuff.
So I don't watch any horror movies.
I love horror movies.
Reality is already terrifying enough.
Been watching
I
them
don't need-
since
I
I
don't
was
need to
7.
create arbitrary situations. I'm already scared.
1 minute. Talk about
my
balanced
favorite
family.
stuff.
So you're watching horror since 7.
I'm not a balanced
Okay, here's the
family.
thing. I don't know why my parents let me watch this
Beta, let's
stuff.
go watch this one.
I watched things I was not supposed to watch since I was
the
like
choice
6 or
was
7.
Benji the dog movie. Oh, what is that?
Like the
Or the
Ring
one in
or
which the dog
something.
dies.
No, the one with the Texas
Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh,
You know,
God, that was
first of
scary.
all, X-Files used to come when I was in the 90s,
That's
right?
right.
That's
Grew up
modern.
watching
No,
it.
X-Files is
No,
scary
but
as hell.
Because, yes, X-Files was
Of
very
course, it was
scary.
all the alien stuff, right?
Yeah.
And not for 6-year-olds, but I used to watch it like religiously.
6-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's young for X-Files, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love it. It was
Double
my-
X-Files would
It's
be
what
fine.
got me into the horror
living up
genre.
to the boomer energy
t-shirt. One more plug, is it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
IVMpodcast.com, the shop tab.
Yeah.
No, but have you
you sold
guys
one?
ever seen
Oh.
like an animal misbehave around you and then you felt like putting it in jail? Have you ever had that happen? Like I would believe
I was
it would
bitten
happen.
by a stray dog, like just like a proper. It came out of nowhere, was angry, attacked me, bit me proper. Like I had to go through the whole.
So you got to keep your body as calm as possible and as dead as possible. And a bite actually will have much less effect. Thing is, when you tighten your arm, because that's your
I
natural
wanted
reaction.
to put the dog in jail.
I see. I
It
don't know.
bit me, Cyrus,
God, I've
unprovoked.
been bitten many times. So
How do I know that it wasn't rabid?
it's not rabid. You can tell if a dog is rabid. It's very
But-
rare now, rabies. Very rare.
I had to take
People
rabies
overreact 14
injection.
injections in the stomach.
I
in the
did
old
though.
days.
I did.
I think it's
Crazy.
unnecessary. I've been bitten recently. No problem.
By a
Just wiped off the blood.
By like a
I was
completely
feeding a
stray
dog and I
dog.
pulled the food from one to the other and he just reacted. And he bit me on my finger and blood came out. But that's it. It's not a
No,
big
this
deal.
was like bad. I had stitches and it was like I still
How
have the
long
scar.
back was this?
I was in the 9th grade,
Okay.
so it was a while back. Yeah.
Oh, that's many
What
years
about
ago.
you, Niveditha? Have you had a
No,
animal
I love
misbehave?
dogs. I have no
Oh.
problem.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that was a badly behaved animal around.
Yeah.
No, but there must have been a reason,
Yes.
territorial or something must have gone wrong. You
I
have to
was
figure out
walking
what
on
happened.
my road on the phone.
Yeah, but you threatened him in some way which you didn't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm
Anyway.
sitting in front of you and you're taking that dog's side
I
who
will.
bit me.
Who, for all intents and purposes, is not alive anymore.
I'm always going to be unbiased when it comes to animals, you know that. But Niveditha, you were saying you bit a dog and the dog was put in
I
hospital.
haven't bitten a dog.
Oh.
I don't think. But a dog did bite me recently in Bandra. Like we were in a co-working space and
I
somebody
feel left
brought
out
their
now.
dog.
3 people on
Yeah.
this panel have been bitten by dogs.
No,
and
but
I
he
haven't.
didn't.
I've been bitten many
we
times.
can just like rub
No.
some salami on your hand. You can just
You know what the
stick it out.
crazy thing about this
What?
dog was? That the people, is the owner of the dog?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, the
The
owner
family
of,
members of the
It's,
dog.
I mean, it's
Is
not a
that the
slave
way?
owner you can
All
call.
right.
One sec, you can't set up the story because you can't put a name
Yeah.
to the person behind the dog.
Yeah,
So
I was
we have
like,
to take a break now because of that.
the
Yeah.
owner, anyway, the dog's owner, mom, did not tell us that this dog liked biting people because they had like shaved off its teeth and stuff, so it didn't hurt me because they just knew that this dog went around biting people and didn't tell us. Although we were in the same co-working space, and this dog just came snuggling into
What
our office
co-working
whenever
space
it
is
wanted.
this?
This is like a small office space in Bandra where
You wouldn't like to
took a
name them?
room.
Vidhan Sabha.
No. It's actually
also
not.
space to work.
It's not like a corporate professional co-working
Okay.
space. It's just
Are you
like
going
a
to
small
expose her
room.
lies? The way
I
you
want
ask
to know
questions, you're like a young
Outside-
Abbas has become a young Arnab. I would like to know more.
We took a small room to write a show, and outside was a travel agency that had taken another room. All right, and these guys had a dog that was just moody, as in like you come wagging its tail, and then you give it a head rub or something, a neck rub, and then it bites you all of a sudden without any. Like it just
I
changes
don't
its
know.
mood.
I'm finding this all odd. I need to see this happen. 'Cause I can't. This is not making sense what you're saying.
Look, this
It may
is
not
a
be-
moody
it
dog.
may be a fun bite. There's a big difference between an aggressive bite and a fun bite. So
Oh,
Oh, it's not a fun bite. It's just like roar. Like it just changes
So maybe,
its mood
maybe,
all of
maybe
a
there was
sudden.
pain in the ear or something. There
And
must be a
then
reason. I need to be there.
It bit my hand, but nothing happened, and I was like, "How did nothing happen?" I thought
that was
like,
just aggressive.
but it was just a scratch.
Okay, I'll put it this way. I have
This
fought
person had
physically
shaved
with
its
more than
teeth.
1,000 men in my life growing up, and maybe at least 10 women. I lost to the women. But I've been bitten maybe 5 or 6 times by dogs and 2 or 3 times by cats in all my interactions.
Girish
So-
Patil has commented that his
So-
dad was bitten in the 80s and he had to take 28 injections.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's because Girish is from a doctor family, so it's free for them. So they took double. You know, Indians are double vaccine, double this, double that. By the way, he's a vet. Huh? He's a vet. He's an animal lover.
Girish?
Girish.
Oh.
He's a vet in LA. Yeah.
Wait, you know, this person
In
here
India,
is
we
not
say,
making up
in
things
India,
about
we
that.
say it with a W. He's a wet.
He's a wet.
He's a wet. Yeah.
1 second. But why did they shave the dog's teeth?
Because they knew that he bites.
I don't think shave is the right
just
word.
didn't- they
What's the
didn't-
word? You
just
file
didn't
it.
tell us.
You file it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah,
it,
but
but doesn't that
it's
make
so
it sharper?
blunt.
Comedic genius of shaving teeth. I mean, I'm just thinking
Shaving
at the
it.
barber yard.
What is no? Okay, but can't you say like?
I think you can say shave.
Oh my God.
know, I
Is
don't
this a
know.
feminist reaction with that
feel
word on
like
me?
you can say
No,
shave.
it's nothing to do with feminism. I just
I don't know the right word.
I guess file down is right.
File
Right, like a
down is
nail.
better.
I guess.
They have
yeah.
their own podcast on the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, I know.
We're redundant. Where's Silvery? Silvery would hold his own. You,
that-
Abbas, you're
He's
too
on his
nice.
way.
He
Yeah.
just
He's on his
he
way.
takes us off the
I know,
list. Then
right?
if
Yeah.
he-
Anyway, moving on. He's already not paying
Moving
attention.
on.
He's looking at something. Yeah.
next story.
There is a conspiracy theory going around that the Russian President Vladimir Putin is seriously
Blood
ill.
cancer. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a
I would say
British
he was
spy.
seriously ill in the first place because he invaded Ukraine and
That
started
was
all this.
mental.
Yeah, well, that's
A
it.
British spy called
course.
Christopher Steele, which by the way it seems like a fake name.
Yeah.
Who ran the Russia desk at MI6, very James Bond.
Yeah.
Has reported that Putin is quote unquote seriously ill and that it is an quote unquote element of what is happening in Ukraine. Like this is his last hurrah before he kind of
dies.
kicks
But
the
you
bucket.
think normally, if you're about to die, you become more humane and you started giving away things.
No,
and
he actually has a bucket list where he's like, I want to start wars. I want to invade countries. So he's
Ukraine.
just like,
Left that one.
buy sweater, invade Ukraine, drop bomb to a train. I don't know.
like
It's all over the
literally,
place.
his bucket list is. This is it. If that's how he's gonna kick it, like
Yeah.
you go out on a big bang.
But the best part
Quite
is Big
literally.
Bang, literally. And
Yeah.
the best part is you leave the war in the middle and then supposing, you're off.
You're
What
inherit-
happens then?
Yeah, what
inheritor.
happens
The
then?
next guy inherits it.
But the poor
what
guy, he
happens
didn't
in
want the war. He was like,
But that's what happened in
Andre, come
America.
here. Solve problem.
Vladimir,
presidents.
where are Grace?
Oh, nailed that accent.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
so. Not bad at all.
Everybody's nailing the impressions today. Antariksh,
Because Antariksh is not
Putin.
there.
No, Antariksh is the king of the impressions. He's a
They're so bad.
go-to guy. Yeah, but he's got his own style of doing it wrong, which is funny and nice.
Putin or Antariksh?
Hi,
Both.
Antariksh.
Okay.
Putin, by the way, speaks English. Which is, he never likes to speak in front of everyone. But if you research him, he actually speaks decent English.
Right.
So that's another cunning thing. Where
Oh, yeah.
with all these guys, he won't speak.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he can understand everything without the translator.
But a lot of leaders do that. Is like
Yeah.
a power play. Like
Our leader,
I can
Or the
think of
Asian-
some Maharashtrian
our leader
leaders who
speaks-
don't do that.
Uddhav is not confident in English
I didn't
at all.
name. I didn't
No,
say.
Uddhav is not. Because I've seen him talk to my good friend Kunal Vijayakar and he
Right.
won't speak a word of English.
What were you doing in that
I
meeting?
tried to get out. I was outside a hotel lobby where he was not chief minister. He was carrying a plastic bag and going for picnic. So in that they had a conversation. And kasa kai, bara, all that
did he
nonsense
come to
happened.
town recently? I mean,
Yeah.
he came
At a
into the
rally.
downside of the whole city was those orange
Who are we
flags
talking about
everywhere.
now?
Uddhav, right?
The chief
The
minister.
orange flags could be BJP also. They
no,
hijacked
no,
all
no.
of
these
They
it.
were
are
the
Shiv Sena
triangle
flags.
ones.
Now you've got to point out who the orange flag is.
Which saffron color?
The
Because
triangle
Holland
one.
has an orange flag. So football lovers passing by on a bus will be like, oh, Holland.
Yes, that is a true mistake that is about to be made in Bombay.
We are going to Shivaji Park
The
for World
Dutch are
Cup, World Cup
confused.
fever. Yeah, go Holland.
This is a contingent of Dutch people landing up at Shivaji Park.
I mean, if I'm a BJP PR guy, I'm like, you just come them, join. You got these white supporters now. Yeah. Jai Bajrangbali, and he's holding the flag.
But
Too
he-
much?
it-
Too
No,
much?
not at all.
But it was the
It
other
does
one.
trigger me, but sure.
It was Shivaji. It was the Shiv Sena's flags for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah. So he
yeah.
came to
No, no.
speak on something.
Now
There
there's-
was a rally. I know.
Even the Shivaji thing has been hijacked. But what was from Bal Thackeray onwards, Shiv Sainik plank, now the BJP jumps onto it, NCP jumps onto it, Congress jumps onto it. Our country, if you just pay attention.
You just jump.
They just jump.
Niveditha is someone from the south of the Vindhyas.
They are the same thing.
What is your
You know what?
opinion
I
on
went.
the regional politics?
I went to Pudikoppam village, small village which had been devastated with the United Nations. Long story. Anyway, after the tsunami.
Okay.
But great praise for Amma, by the way, who of course rejected the centre's offer to help and said we will do it on our own, and she did. But we went there, and this village, MGR statue had not been wiped out, but they had lost about 16 people, boats, houses, etc. The two things that had not been wiped out was their gym, rustic gym, and
Nice.
so obviously appealing to me already, and MGR statue. And in
Yeah.
Tamil, he's explaining to through the interpreter, he's telling us, this fisherman, that we were so grateful that this, and I was thinking, really? This is the mindset, that they were so happy that MGR statue was okay.
Yeah.
But, they did suffer so many losses, etc. These things mean so much to Indians.
But
It does, because it gives you hope, doesn't it? Like, especially when you're in a place of discomfort or...
Some sort of symbol that we are surviving because he survived.
And he was a hero.
was.
The thing
Literally,
about...
Yeah,
literally.
literally,
He really
and,
was.
and in politics.
Really
Watch it.
was. In politics
Arey, it's
also.
true.
If they throw us out of Maharashtra and we go to Tamil Nadu, we will be careful. Don't have a whole book of...
Film has always been very political in Tamil Nadu. Like, a lot of people with political aspirations always get into the film industry.
they go that route.
Oh, it's the other way
Yeah.
around. I thought afterwards they get into politics.
Oh, no. The thing about, like, the films in the 60s and 70s is, especially people like Karunanidhi, he started writing.
He was a writer.
Yeah,
He was a
yeah.
writer, and he used to put in a lot of his politics into his films, which is why it became so easy for him to preach what he,
So he
wrote
already
in his
created a
films.
culture of Karunanidhiism.
Yeah, because they were
Yeah.
all part of like a group of people, people that came and changed Tamil Nadu as and made it anti-caste, the whole movement, the Hindi revolution, anti-Hindi revolution. All that was done by the same people, and they came from the same, place. So obviously the whole state was enamored by these people.
And it's amazing because initially
Political geniuses. In
they are
my
one of the people and all
opinion.
that, and then they become rich and powerful.
Yeah, because
And I
they
find
were
that
not rich.
In
They
human
were
history,
all
that's
like-
what I'm saying. But in human history, this is what happens. And then
And you get corrupted by a level of either power or money
Yeah.
or fame.
and in a
then
way,
that
you become
just-
what you fought.
That exactly.
It's hilarious.
That's just
But-
human, I
Yeah.
guess.
But that's just like constantly history repeating
Yeah.
itself.
Right.
Like what happened in 2014 versus
Correct.
what you have.
Break.
Moving on.
I'm saying
Buy
why
our
people
merchandise.
voted for the
Buy our
why
merchandise.
people voted for that was again because the last thing had become a fallacy of what it
kind of,
was.
yeah.
Then now you've come back to the same thing where you're like, oh, this is not come back to it. We kind of knew, but in the sense it was a change.
Wow, Abbas,
Yeah,
today
I
is
know,
not us, huh? Who need the security cover? For once, we're off the hook, bro. Okay, Ayushi, nice work today, huh?
Please,
and if you don't make it
character-
next week, we'll
character.
always remember you.
I just want to ask one thing. Remember when the Iraq war happened, Saddam Hussein started his own rumors about his health and everything. Do you think there is something like that? Putin has himself started this rumor.
But there has
Let
been,
it
the
be.
Kremlin has given things about operation and they're not saying blood cancer, but they have said that he had an operation and he was not well, etc.
Okay.
No, he
Details are
definitely he had an operation because
Yeah.
people were like, oh, if we could just bribe that guy to kill him or
there's
something.
another thing. If you
It's
see
so
the left
stupid.
hand doesn't move, only one hand moves. So Parkinson's is a definite possibility. He's always pictured. Hitler towards the end, he had Parkinson's.
I wasn't
so
there,
he would not
so-
use the second hand.
Right.
No. But if you see photographs, you study
Right.
these guys because they're all about these guys are all PR kings when it comes to
Yeah,
the
of
visibility and
course.
what they show and images, everything, blah blah blah. And then suddenly they have to hide one hand. This whole thing is gone. The aura will start going because you're looking weak and sick and etc. etc. Look at Putin. His entire PR is I'm
A
alpha
strong
male.
man, yeah, exactly.
I'm the
Yeah.
warrior of
Immortal.
warriors. Yeah.
He walks
Well-
around like a character from The Boys,
Yeah.
which is what I was going to say. That
The
one of
Boys
these guys
is a
inject.
TV show, Cyrus, on Amazon Prime.
I've seen Boys.
Okay.
Boys is the one about this thing, right?
The
superheroes.
anti-heroes.
Yeah, the anti.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it's like a
superheroes-
dark Marvel.
it's terrible.
they were
They're
real.
really bad. Yeah.
They're really bad. But it makes
there's
sense.
more reflection of
what we were
our
talking
leaders.
about.
Exactly
Can
what
you
she
imagine?
said,
Yeah, like a few people coming up to you and saying, "Hey, I've heard you on this podcast," gives you like a little bit of validation. But can you imagine like an entire state just hailing you like some kind of hero?
The
That would do
political
something
leaders were
to your
Insta before
mind.
Insta happened because they're always thinking of the Insta moment. It's nothing else. It's always about that. It's not really about what they want.
It's all about image curation.
That's
actually,
it.
There's
Image curation. Better.
They're all
You
influencers.
speak.
They're all influencers.
You correct my
actually.
English. That's our show. My thoughts corrected correctly. Now understand what we're trying to say. And it's better you do that than what you did before. When you
Which
go back
was-
to 2014 and 15 and
Just putting a target
Yeah,
to my own back.
unnecessary, really.
Before we go into the break, there's a Jupiter improv segment that we have to play.
Yeah,
Cyrus.
my favorite
Yes.
improv segment.
Which you'll put
Is
on
that
your
the
glasses
improv?
for.
Is
No,
that,
no,
is that
I'll
you
tell you what it is.
improvising
I
what
hate
I'm saying?
All right, I thought I'd
improv,
read
man.
something.
It's
I
my
like
least
And I've got
favorite
one
part.
one
But you
leg
know
missing.
what? I'll do it for Jupiter.
Yeah, please do it for Jupiter. So today's improv game,
I'll do it for the country, the red, white, and the blue. Come on, now you
Oh,
do
of
the
course.
lyrics. Do the
Cracking
lyrics.
your bank
Don't
account.
bloody lyrics.
Wait, I know it. It's Uncle Sam who's asking, so your mother would approve.
You will know the
what are
lyrics.
these
And if
songs?
that is the lyric that I have
No,
remembered.
no, I'm fighting for our people. Ayushi, you're doing the right thing. In your face, Abbas. See,
Wow.
because we are brought up differently. It's not
That's
our fault.
true. I'm not
Yeah.
denying that. Tracking your bank
Yesterday
loans.
they went on a rant about some Hindi lyrics. Couple of songs that were really
They were
terrible.
like super
And-
famous song. Tere bina zindagi mein koi. You
Yeah,
know
come
the
on.
song.
Come on,
right?
Ayushi,
even
give
I
it
know
to
that
me.
song.
Give it to
No.
me. Ayushi, sing that song. Come on.
Tere
Yeah.
bina.
There you go.
These songs don't exist.
She's from
Dude,
Tamil
I'm
Nadu.
from
Yeah, but she lives
Shame
across the
on
highway.
you.
Once you cross the sea link, you're different people. Okay, it's not our
What
fault.
other song was there? There was some song, I don't know.
No,
But this is like a
you see,
massively
we can quote Greece. You guys can't quote Greece.
Shan
It's not
Sifarish,
only-
Shan Sifarish.
I know that
jo
song too.
I know that
See?
one.
See,
I know
they-
that
they
one.
both know
Sing.
that.
Yeah, I know the tune.
You-
Na, 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 na.
Yeah, see?
It's from Fana.
Yeah,
It's from that Amir Khan
yeah.
movie.
You don't blame it on 2014.
Dude, really? What songs do you know? What age of music are you familiar with?
I have a very eclectic taste in music, but I'm not very
Oh
good
wow,
in
that's a very
No, I'm not good with pop
interesting
music
thing to
of the
say.
present generation, maybe a little bit below. I accept that.
Alright.
But I have my own music. I am very. I can pop
that's what I'm
music.
asking you. What kind
Maya
of
had
music?
to explain
Okay,
the range of Beyonce and what all she is as a mogul,
So
and you were very impressed
I have
by her.
some female contemporary singing knowledge now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I also know about the
Oh.
Kardashians and all, which I had no idea about.
Yeah,
Oh, of
best
course you know
singers
about
of
the
all time.
Kardashians.
Yes.
I mean, really.
No doubt.
And this entire Kanye West, Pete
Davidson.
thingy on a daily basis, I'm giving.
You know this also.
I
Sarah?
didn't
I'm
know this. I
impressed.
now know this.
It's all right. It's
I'm-
all right to be up
I'm
to date
schooled.
with
Yeah,
the
I'm
kids.
schooled.
Can you
okay.
can you bring Maya on the show?
I don't know if she'll want to come. She really looks down on everything I
Yeah,
do.
exactly.
When I walk around with this shirt,
she does cool things. This
Yeah.
was not
No,
that
that
cool.
She has no
this
respect for these
t-shirt
shirts.
is cool.
Yeah.
Not to her. Not.
Shall we
Oh,
play,
wow.
play
Does
the
that mean that
Jupiter
we
game?
are no
I'm
longer
going to a
cool?
break.
I mean, I didn't like this t-shirt either. I was going to ask for other designs. I was like, I'm sorry, I got to grow older for this one.
Okay, you do the thing. I'm going to look at the shop.
No, you also have to
You
play.
can't just walk out of the podcast.
You gotta
Okay.
Come on, let's do this improv
Tracking
thing.
your bank loans is as difficult as.
Remembering your anniversary or anybody else's.
Yes.
That's another problem. You forget my parents also. And I just can't remember. The other day, my mother said, it's our anniversary. I said, what, mine and Aisha's? No, mine and your dad's. I was like, okay, but it's all in June, bro. And I'm like, oh, God, why? Why can't we just separate all these dates? Sorry.
Tracking your bank loans is as difficult as finding a place without Google Maps.
Hey man, I wish I thought of that. Damn it.
So you liked his. Your anniversary thing went
I
over
liked
your
his.
head.
I liked his.
Ages
I liked
ago.
his more.
Mine, no empathy for me. Nothing. Zero. Yeah.
Tracking your bank loans is as difficult as being an old person working out in front of Cyrus.
They're not working out. If they were working out, there's no ageism involved. They don't work out. They sit there and lie down and spread their legs
being
and
as-
then don't give birth. I don't know what they're doing.
As difficult as just taking a nap in front of Cyrus.
Tracking a bank loan is as difficult as getting a word in on this podcast.
Hey man,
That's
that's
a
for me.
good one.
Were
Today-
you inspired?
We have a
Were
boy.
you
We have a
inspired?
21-year rugby boy who's playing rugby kid, whatever, 22, no pubic hair.
What the? Why do we need to
How
know
did
that?
No, I want to know the segue. I want to know how you got
Yeah.
there.
I don't know. We were talking about things and I was just thinking.
Jupiter people are getting happy we're plugging them and now
I
suddenly.
was my friend Mukka.
he has
I
to-
said, what's wrong with this guy? Did you notice? He said, what? I said, there's no, we're all naked. And he's like, there's no.
Maybe he shaved it.
He's telling me I've got Chinese genes. I said, I also have Chinese genes. I have no hair on my torso, but come on.
What do you mean you have
none.
Chinese genes?
Well, I do have Oriental genes, definitely.
Did you take the whole 23
Tracking your bank loans is as
Our race,
difficult as
the Oriental
moving
race
on.
is
As
the- is
following
the
this
most-
conversation.
we are all fast twitch fiber people and Temuchin, man, direct descendant Genghis Khan. I've traced it. I'm 100% sure.
But Genghis Khan
Producer
had
is
so
producer
many.
is signaling me.
Strange thing to
He
say.
bed so many women.
Thank you.
Not you. I mean that
It's my pop. In a way, it's my pop. He's the man.
he was a serial rapist, right?
Well, this is now subjective
Cyrus,
to
wild
we have to
hand gestures are
understand
happening
the
from
times
the
and the clients.
producers.
We can't just judge people.
We can't judge.
He's not
people.
worse than any other marauder in the history.
Oh,
I
all
mean,
right,
no,
Jupiter.
Cyrus,
Vinay
why
wants
are
us to
these
stop.
gestures are happening? Let's do one more.
Tracking your loans
Is
is
that
as
trying to
difficult
explain my point
as-
on this show with these two women just going on nitpicking about every little thing?
And there is
Such
a
lies.
message right
I
there.
haven't
Where
said
did we
a word.
Okay.
Like people are complaining about how I don't say anything.
Who's complaining?
Everybody is saying it on
I'm
this.
back to hosting
live.
after a really long time, so it's a little rusty. But
All right.
Cyrus, over to
Tracking
you.
your loans.
Okay.
No, done.
What is wrong with you? Are you making fun of my age all the time?
As difficult as coming up.
Because I'm
It's
losing my mind now. So you said one thing and she says tracking my loans and we'll go there.
It's as difficult as coming up with something funny for this improv game.
Boom.
That's
It's
it.
not
End it
supposed
on
to
that.
be
End
funny.
it on that.
Segue to
Everybody's-
Cyrus.
Niveditha, it's supposed to be profound. That's why we have you guys here. We wanted funny. We just use Amit and Abbas. They're the comedians of this bloody IVM.
Is that the joke?
No. there's no. It's been 900 episodes. Still to find one. And here's, can I get into my diatribe
Yes.
about how I hate going to the bank?
What
Because I
is
hate.
this glasses?
Okay, if my glasses, Abbas, can you hold it from here?
Sure.
Thanks. That gives me much more confidence. Are we taking a break now? Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go into a quick
Yeah.
Jupiter money break.
The website is on sale. You can.
The
You can
website
buy
is
the
not
whole
on
website.
No,
The IBM website is not on sale, guys.
the store is on. The store is on sale.
Let's just take
There
a
is
break
a
while
sale.
we'll clarify all this. We're taking a break. We'll come back with the actual truth, whether it's on sale or not.
I like this one.
Hello, everybody. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Pesa Vesa, Anupam meets co-founders and co-CEOs of Stockcall, Sitashwa Srivastav and Vinay Bharadwaj. They discuss how global investing is evolving. On Smarter with Sid, Siddharth shares what makes for a great thumbnail on social media. On Ek Chuski Finance, Priyanka shares the secret recipe of return on investment. Is India a deadly country for journalists? Media freedom activist Daniel Bastard shares his take on the Wire Talks with Siddharth. And on Say No to Drama, Chetna tells us how we can overcome the bad habit of unnecessarily interrupting a conversation. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, we've been doing a series of profiles of people within the office, so do check that out for sure. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Also, don't forget to rate us on any platforms you're listening on. And you can also check us out on YouTube. We have a page on our website, ivmpodcast.com/YouTube, with a list of all our channels. We're also doing a small listener survey to better understand how you, the listener, responds to the advertising on our network. And also, we just want to know a little bit more about you. We would really appreciate it if you could spare a few minutes to fill it out. It will really help us build some better shows for you. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week, SBI Life Insurance and Jupiter, a digital banking app.
Not that old one.
Do we get-
All right.
We're back.
If you haven't been to a parliamentary meeting, this is like that. People just doing their own thing, talking. Ayushi is having a conversation with the latecomer, late Latif himself, who's walked in right now for his own show as producer.
What's
Abbas,
his name? Oh, his name is Antariksh.
Abbas is drinking out of a bottle for
Sorry,
some
I was
reason.
trying to shop.
I'm just saying.
So do you put your mouth to the bottle?
No,
Is that
I
an
drink
issue?
it from. It's not an issue.
I always put my mouth. Let's put the mouth to the
Sure.
bottle so that other people don't drink
But
from
if
it.
it's my bottle, I put my mouth to
I
it.
put my mouth to everybody's bottle. I'm just like,
I was
give me
handed
bottle.
a piece of sellotape in the break to fix your glasses, Cyrus.
Oh, okay. I like that.
What are you going to tape it to his face?
So this is the Garib version of Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Tim Allen, there you go.
Yes.
Give. I'll do it.
Oh, that also.
Let the ladies do it, yeah.
Can one of you please, Antariksh, please fix the spectacles since you're not on the show.
Silvery's.
Oh, this is the kind
By
that
the way,
like,
guys, it's a podcast where we should be talking about
folds
things, but we're just discussing
completely.
what's happening around us. Silvery's had a haircut or a hair job or something. Something
hair
different.
job?
Silvery, you want to show
I
your
don't know if they
face?
style their hair and all. I don't know. I don't want to make a mistake. Is it a haircut or is it a hairstyle?
Did you have a hair job?
I got a haircut for 450 bucks.
What?
Oh, that's
Wow.
a
Most
job.
expensive haircuts I've ever gotten in my life.
Wow.
One second, 450 bucks is expensive for a haircut.
Yeah, because it's his neighbor.
Oh, let's have
it's
that
his neighbor.
conversation,
neighbor.
Ayushi. I'm glad you're here today.
Ayushi, it's his neighbor,
Let's
Auntie
talk
Vinny.
about how everything is so
450
overpriced
bucks?
for women. Yeah.
You know, they charge you like
I know.
like 1,500, 1,800.
But why do you pay that?
No, I don't. I
When
cut
you-
my own hair now.
See, yeah, that's what all of us do.
Or do what
Unless
Abbas,
you're,
they
like,
just wait for it
cutting
to sort of
short.
go.
Yeah, which brings us
Hey,
to
man,
our
exactly.
next
It's
topic.
a very good segue. Tell me honestly, do you think it's sexual harassment if someone called you bald?
Which is the
This
topic.
is a huge question.
Calling a man bald is sex-related harassment. Employment Tribunal has ruled.
There were 3 men on that tribunal.
Yes.
All
No,
bald.
one
All
second,
bald.
one second. I would like to take this up as an advocate for the defense here, or rather for the offended.
But don't you want to know as a bald person?
Yes,
on the
I want to know
panel?
his.
Damn it. He's also going to play the bald card. Yes. Unbelievable. He's got no credibility. Because he's balding. I'm also balding.
But
The
today-
minority card is running out, Cyrus. I have to play another one.
I know. People are getting
I know,
bored of us.
I'm getting tired of that one.
Exactly.
How dare you
yeah.
call yourself a minority next to people who are 65,000? It's just so wrong.
It depends on the tone in which the bald epithet is thrown at me. Like I was in a cab the other day and the cab driver was also bald. Okay, we were stuck in a traffic jam. Something relatable to you, Cyrus.
Sorry,
And,
I just saw the visual of the 2 bald heads. Ding, ding, ding.
a two-wheeler cut through,
Oh.
and he wanted my driver to reverse. Okay,
Huh.
and he said, "Hey, ganje piche lena."
Oh,
okay.
that's not
now, if
nice.
it's said in that, I don't know if it's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
but it's
It's just
harassment.
No, it's
harassment.
offensive. It's
Yes.
offensive.
That's
But he's using the physical appearance of a bald person to demean him.
Sort of,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not a compliment from his side.
Of course, it's not.
If he said, oh, how beautiful your bald visage is, it would be different.
On the other hand, I have
But
matched with someone on a dating app.
Yeah.
The girl told me primarily that she's into bald.
No, I know a lot of women who like bald. Let's ask the 2 ladies here.
Yeah, sure.
A lot of women like the bald
Niveditha?
look or the, what's it called? The shaved
This
look.
is a very awkward thing to ask somebody.
No,
like
but you like men with like The Rock and that kind of. Is The Rock
You
sort
know,
of bald?
it reminds me of my.
We interrupt this conversation to tell you that the glasses have been
What's
fixed.
the Fast and Furious guy?
Vin
Vin
Diesel.
Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
So
That look, that look.
actually brings me to the best paparazzi I've ever overheard in India, which was this is video of when Vin Diesel came to do that XXX movie with
Right.
Deepika Padukone
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
So he was promoting it, and the press guys were trying to get his attention. Cyrus, I can't for the.
You know, I'm like, I
It looks like your glasses have a
if
fracture.
Pirates of the Caribbean had been made in a really low budget in India, I mean, this would be part of the.
Just for the
This
audio
is so visual.
listeners.
Yeah, people who
No,
listen
for
to the
the-
podcast.
All the audio listeners.
Finish your point. To stop having ADD.
No,
Huh.
the point was that they tried to get Vin Diesel's attention. And they were screaming, Diesel, petrol, hey, takle.
But did Takla get a reaction from him?
But I could not.
I think he's of Italian and African American stock. I don't think they use the word takle.
I know, but
But in that situation, I don't know. It is harassment when you're saying. So in this specific article that they're talking about, he actually said bald, and then he said the C word. I don't know whether I can say it on the
what's
show.
the C word? CONT.
Yeah, can you say that? I don't
but
know.
that's-
okay, we
but
spelled it
that's-
out. It serves
Yeah,
the
fine.
purpose.
Said
But
worse things here.
his manager, the floor supervisor, called him that, and it was
But that's like insulting. His intent was to
exactly.
insult.
It was to insult him or to make him feel like obviously he's a supervisor insulting a worker.
Yeah.
Now this guy said that it was he very specifically said to the tribunal it wasn't the Anglo-Saxon insult, which is
the second part.
the second part that offended him at all. And I'm like, that's the offensive word, you
in some
dumbass.
cultures, it's like a real mark of respect.
And he's
Like, I
calling it an
remember-
Anglo-Saxon when he's saying that didn't offend him. It was the bald which offended him.
Which is not Anglo-Saxon. What language is that in?
And that became sexual harassment because men are more likely to face male like pattern baldness.
Yeah.
Right.
That it becomes about their physical appearance. So if you commented on a woman's breast size,
Oh, fat,
it was this
fat
no.
thin, Fat thin goes in that area.
But yeah, but the equivalent, the comparison that they made is like making a comment about a woman's breast size.
Women are more likely to have breasts.
That
I
they
mean,
would,
I don't
they're
know.
more
No,
likely
no.
to have larger breasts than
no,
men have.
exactly.
Than
the
them being
specific
bald.
of the breast or the hair or whatever
Right.
goes into a sexual realm. It's a little bit of a leap, but it's there.
But how I
Is
I
it
don't
a
get
logical leap though?
I don't think it's logical, but you're
But
the
hello.
expert here.
Ayushi, I don't like this whole thing about the sexual harassment thing being one-sided. Huh? I've been objectified a
not-
lot myself.
You mean to say he should harass the person
no,
back?
I'm saying if men are feeling uncomfortable, they're feeling uncomfortable.
That's fine.
I mean, it's possible.
I'm not saying that women don't sexually harass men.
Oh,
We went
yeah.
to the IPL and time we were screaming at Shikhar Dhawan really quite inappropriately.
And he's bald. You like bald men. That answers my question.
You are essentially saying
Ayushi
we
into
mass
bald men.
harassed Shikhar Dhawan
But many
at the
people were like,
IPL.
Shikhar, you know, we were screaming. And
Yeah.
look, he has.
I would say mover in Shikhar.
Toned-
Would that be like me?
Who's also bald, by the way.
Oh, I come
Shikhar
from-
Dhawan.
Shikhar Suman is...
Shikhar
I come from the
Dhawan,
comedy
Baba.
scene.
Shikhar Suman from what?
Shikhar Dhawan being bald is... Go back in the
Guys.
episode. It's been mentioned 4 times. You're not paying attention to
Shikhar
the
Dhawan.
scenery. You're
I'm
out.
sure.
he's
I'm sure
bald.
Cyrus has been sexually harassed in his
Yeah,
day,
yeah,
right? By
yeah.
girls,
At the age of 7. You know
Which is when she
But I've
started watching
seen-
horror movies.
like comedians
No,
get
that's
sexually harassed by girls.
No,
a
but
lot.
can I tell you what they used to do?
Like the
I have
famous
fat
ones.
cheeks. So when I was young, a lot of older girls would pull my cheeks and they loved doing it. Come on, I want to pull your cheeks.
Wait 1 second. Niveditha has opened a can of worms.
You know, this is my
A can
sexual
of
harassment.
worms.
What popular
You're saying you
comedians?
haven't-
No, but
you haven't-
I
you
would
haven't
still
fir-
say that the male comedians are harassing women more than the women are harassing
Well,
the
yeah.
Oh,
male
of course,
comedians.
that is
No,
true.
so
That
let
is
us finish.
true.
Again, I'm not confused.
That
So
is true.
who
We're only talking about the
who's
famous ones here
person?
also.
Who's the famous one who's
No, every famous
female
male comedian
male
that you would see. God, girls throw themselves. I mean,
Okay,
I
okay,
see
wait,
it as a
wait.
compliment.
Let me
Can
look
I
at- let me-
quit the
Wait,
show
one
and
second.
become a
One
famous
second.
comedian?
One specs. One specs.
Girls throwing
One specs.
themselves at the guy is that sexual harassment?
I mean, sometimes, like if they're hiding in your green room.
excuse me,
Whoa.
what?
Yeah. Oh,
Girls hiding
by the way,
in a green room.
things like that. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm in the
I
green
That
don't
is
room.
know.
the places
This
they
girl
perform have
just-
green rooms.
One second.
Yeah.
Can you just start again? It's like, I don't understand this story. So there's a...
Would you like to give
There's
us
a
the
girl
initials
hiding
of the
in
comedian?
the green room.
Give the whole
look,
example.
I'm talking about. Look, think about any famous
You say after
male
the show, right?
comedian.
You say
of course
okay,
I will.
thank
But that's a stalker,
Is it
right?
Indian
It's a
comedian?
stalker.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
all,
Is it
all
Raju
these guys have
Srivastava?
stalkers
No,
to
it's
an
not Raju
extent.
Srivastava
No.
for
Okay,
sure.
it is Shekhar Suman.
The
Is it
English
comedian?
comedian.
Cyrus,
Sharma?
comedian.
Shake
They also
stand-up.
speak English when they
Comedian.
order room service.
When
I've
we say
heard them.
comedian, we don't think of Shekhar
Wow.
Suman.
You hung out with these guys.
So who's a famous Indian comedian? Give me the names fast.
Are you talking about like the new like
Give me names. Give me
The
names.
new ones.
Yeah.
the new one?
The new
We don't
ones.
have time for names.
Veer
Point
Das.
being-
Veer Das.
No, but look,
He
this
wishes.
Is, I'm just saying. No, I'm
no, but
saying.
Vedas has a
I'm saying
large
this is-
female following.
I'm saying
So
this
who?
is very common. So if you were to start doing stand up today and suddenly you became this guy who was, super desirable amongst the team.
I'd just like to say, as a bald
Unnecessary
comedian,
rude.
I haven't been harassed enough. So if there are women watching this,
You got
please-
to do comedy seriously, Abbas. I don't
Please,
know why you're slacking.
damn it.
But
and
you
stop wearing a
got
cap
to put
on
your
stage.
socks back.
You're killing your
I'm
equity.
not wearing any
Oh.
caps on stage.
So who's the guy? Why are we getting an answer? Who's the guy?
No,
we're
it's okay.
talking
Let's
about?
not name the
But
person.
yeah, let's. We don't want to pick names, but I mean,
it-
everybody knows
I
English
know.
comedians
Ashish-
here.
Ashish
It's
Shakya.
quite.
What are you
It's
talking
quite.
about?
Ashish
It's
Shakya,
actually-
Rohan Joshi. I know two.
You just need to understand
Give
that
me
it's
names.
universal. It doesn't
me
happen
names.
just to one
Abbas
person.
Momin.
Abbas Momin.
Antariksh
It
Thakkar.
happens to
Antariksh Thakkar.
several comedians, not just one person.
She's not even responding.
She's being serious right
Some
now.
water on a
Cyrus.
duck's back.
No, but 1 second. I do agree with and one to get this out of, to in your point as well.
Names?
No, which is that it's not just one-sided harassment. Men do get harassed.
Yes.
I'm not saying no, but this specific case, would you call it a sexual harassment?
Which case?
Oh.
This
The
bald
bald
guy.
thing. But he's feeling uncomfortable. I can't
Yeah, I mean,
speak
isn't
for
the
him.
onus
I think
on,
it's stupid.
on him? If he
Yeah.
thinks he's being
can
sexually
I-
harassed, then who am I to?
I have people, when you say like Bawa.
Oh, I guess that if you put it that way,
You know,
I suppose.
And each person is different. How can we ever explain this? This is a ridiculous law, actually, because I would
But it's
never...
not a law.
It's not a law.
They just
It's
rule
not a
in
law.
his favor.
No, but if you
Yeah.
abuse me about these things, it doesn't bother me at all, for
I
example.
mean, Jada
I don't
Pinkett
think
Smith
Abbas
would be
either.
on his side, I'm guessing, for like
She
anybody.
has
Oh.
too much. She's just a lot, though. I mean, oh
Okay, can
no,
I just get the
said
name
that
of the
out
guy?
loud.
Can I just get the name of the
I
guy?
believe he said that.
Niveditha, who's the guy? Just give us a
Cyrus,
name.
that's
No,
the point. Multiple
sorry.
comedians.
No,
Multiple
she said one
comedians.
guy, especially in the green room, there's a girl hiding, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
Who's
these
that
are
guy?
stories that you hear. I don't know who specific.
Okay, rhyme his name.
But I mean, if
What's
you
his
know
pop's
who
name?
the
Give me
comedians are,
something.
right?
Father's name? Father's
Not-
occupation?
He's
Let's
not
just,
gonna drop
where
this.
is
He's
it?
not
Just-
gonna drop this.
Yeah, I mean, let's
You
just
can't-
name one name.
One name?
Kenny Sebastian. Let's move ahead.
Yeah, this
Kenny
guy is
Kenny
massive.
Sebastian.
Oh, I see that
Massive.
though. I see that. He has a lot
Oh,
of.
Doesn't he
women
live in-
By the way, I went to
Doesn't he-
I
doesn't
opened
he-
for Kenny Sebastian in
Whoa.
Chennai. All right,
Hey,
long
that's
for a
pretty
she
long
would
time.
know.
That's
pretty
She was
cool.
being- she's
No,
being-
I've been. I did
You were in
that
the
a
green
lot
room.
back.
You were
in
in the
2019.
Niveditha.
What is
I was in the
confession?
green room and this girl just walked in, right? I thought it was somebody he knew. And she was talking to him. And Kenny is very polite to this
Right,
girl.
yeah, yeah.
So she walks in and she's like, "Hi, Kenny." And I'm like, okay, she knows this guy. And Kenny is like, "Hello." And then the manager comes and just shoves her out of the room. And I was like, wait, was she a stranger? And then Kenny was like, yeah, this happens all the time. And I'm like, my God. And then after
But
the
what was
show
she
was
doing wrong?
over, because she just
barging into the green room?
barging, yeah.
But she's a girl. What's his
No.
level of threat?
No, then
What
more
if she's
people
hiding a
just
knife
barge
in her pocket?
Who's going to knife Kenny Sebastian? Do you know how many people want to be killed here? in the list of people, except for that.
That's true.
poor
Kenny wouldn't be on the
Munawar.
top.
And then
but
after
still.
not on the top of that
after the
list.
show is over, it's just like a sea of girls chanting Kenny's name. Kenny.
Like Shikhar Dhawan.
Freaking scary, man.
Did
I
they
was-
call him Taklu?
No, because he
They
has
said-
good
No,
hair.
we-
What's the
Yeah.
point of the story?
Good head of hair.
We didn't comment on Shikhar's appearance. We were just trying to get his attention.
But you find him attractive. He's got a dark, brooding sort of look.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know what? Yes. Why am I saying it in different?
Yeah, it's
He is
okay.
attractive.
Yeah, and he's single, by the way. Huh?
I know, but I heard some really weird stories as to why he's single. So
Oh,
I
he's a
was-
weirdo, is it?
Ooh.
No. Like he was a philanderer, right?
That's not weird.
What?
Not weird. I heard.
Again, I mean,
heard the stories of that were weird.
When you're at that level of fame, what is even philandering?
No, I mean, exactly. I mean, that's what you're telling us. It's
No,
my heart is broken.
I heard that the
thought it was gonna be
philandering was in
freaky
a
story.
weird
He likes to
situation.
wear gloves when he kisses or something. Give me something crazy. What is this? This
Likes
is
to
nothing.
wear
It's like a
gloves
green room.
when
Some
that's
chick is in the green
hygienic,
room.
actually,
I'm
And
gonna
Kenny
say
Sebastian
this,
hires
I'm gonna-
bodyguards.
Anyway.
So one small 20-year-old
anyway.
girl comes in the green
But
room.
here's
She's
the
like,
thing, though.
I'm going to be killed.
Here's the thing. Men don't rely on the way they look. Like for a lot of women, it's been for generations. Like now we're becoming a little more superficial. But for a long time,
I have always
In your face, ladies.
but for a long time, no, it's good that we're becoming superficial.
Yeah.
Like, which is why men
Which
are
is
putting
why
like an effort.
anyone even goes
nowadays.
out with me because if it was
Why is it
all-
about you?
Because everything
Silvery
is about
would never
me.
bring it back to himself. Guys are
But
beautiful,
I'm
man.
not Silvery. So Cyrus,
Like a
yesterday
narcissist.
we played a game with you, which was Guess the Lyrics. Today we
Oh.
have another segment. I hope the sound effects and the everything is
Hey.
ready.
Oh, the buzzer was fantastic, Rishi. I was in Malba Hill, but I really...
Yeah,
I mean,
that
I-
was-
10 minutes after the show ended, the buzzer started playing. I mean, really, this guy, he's just perfect for 100-meter sprints in the... On your marks, get set.
Today's game is a little different. It's not
okay,
Guess the
okay,
Lyrics.
okay.
It's Guess the Movie Plot. Okay, I'm going to throw a movie name at you, which I am pretty sure you have not.
Is it in Hindi?
It's not there. I'm going to tell it to you.
Is
You
it in
need to-
Hindi or English?
It's in both Hindi and English.
Or it's made in two languages?
Yes.
No, that's very confusing.
I'll throw
Which film is made in two languages?
I'll throw a movie title at you.
Okay.
You'll have to guess the plot. Depending on how closely you guess the plot of the
Okay.
film, I'll give you a pass or a fail grade.
And this will change my life in what
Yes,
way?
in every way possible.
Okay.
Wait 1 second. I just want to say somebody saw me at the RCB IPL game. They were going to initiate. Why didn't you come say hi?
Oh,
we go
let's
back
let's
now.
talk about people
Narcissism
finding
is
us.
okay. All right, up to a point.
How many
but
other
to
people
disregard
have
the other
had-
three and have a conversation with your friggin' fans, you're worse than Kenny fucking Sebastian. Let me just tell you.
Want to give a shout out to Urvashi, who's like been a
What's going on?
listener.
You've lost the
I
show.
want to give a shout out to
Right,
Ishan
you've
who
lost
came
the
up
show.
to me and was like, I've heard you on Cyrus Says. Never mind. Okay, Cyrus, are you ready for the first
Why? They don't want to
first movie?
Nobody cares about the show. They're just doing their own thing in their own private
No, no,
chats.
I
And now
care.
you join them.
That is
care.
the only
No, how
thing.
should I'm the only one trying to sail the ship
Well,
here.
hey,
Okay.
all here for you. We're all here
No,
for you.
yeah,
This is
it's
your
true.
show.
I feel like the bald
This is
CUNT.
your
Everybody-
show.
I feel like I've just been abused.
This
Yeah.
is your show. We're here
Okay.
for you.
Okay, movie number one. You have to guess the plot. If you guys have seen the movie, please don't give the
Oh, okay,
plot out.
cool.
Okay.
Uh,
They're
the-
busy on their private chats.
Okay.
Just leave them alone. Let them indulge themselves.
The first movie is called Watchmen. Cyrus, what's the plot of the film Watchmen?
It sounds
I thought
familiar.
you were going to say the
Yeah,
plot
that
and
it's on
then
Netflix,
guess
no?
No, it's
movie.
the other way around.
Avengers something.
Ooh, close.
Yeah.
Gonna
Group of
take a
Avengers or
shot.
Junior Avengers or something trying to save the world from villains.
I haven't
That's
seen this.
actually
What
quite
is
close.
Hanya!
Yes.
Cyrus! Zindabad.
You
Cyrus!
passed. The
Zindabad.
plot is. I'm going to read the IMDb plot for which you'll have to
Oh
give me 5
shit, another
minutes.
2
Are
minutes.
they,
of
no, but
boredom.
1 second.
Oh, just gonna read a plot.
hold.
Go back to your private chat.
Yeah,
It's more
yeah,
fun.
no, thank you.
So who saw you at the IPL game?
I don't know, somebody's called...
Oh, RCB.
Fan club.
Wait,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have to
yeah.
read out the
No,
plot to you. Cyrus.
My son was there.
RCB,
Cyrus, your son can wait.
Punjab.
Punjab. Okay.
Punjab.
Brabant, no?
Yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah,
members
yeah,
enclosure.
yeah.
Because we don't want to stink.
Okay,
The
Cyrus.
West End.
I also stink in there also. It's so
I know.
hot. It's so hot.
Because the
Watchmen.
idiots,
Watchmen.
1 second.
Watchmen.
It's a game devised for the summer in England in June.
Exactly.
Okay, which
Not
is
for us here.
18 degrees.
No, it's
yeah.
the right answer.
And hello, and we played 50 degrees. It's 49 degrees.
But I feel so bad for the
And the
players.
lights.
They're
they're
just
getting paid.
melting.
Huh?
But
Most of
they're
them are getting paid
melting.
well enough. But then that's it. It's like you do whatever
Okay,
you
I'm
do for
putting my
money.
foot down.
Is a Watchmen?
Watchmen was correct.
Is a Watchmen
Watchmen's correct.
promoting
Yes.
the show?
I don't.
I'm
That
giving
we are
you
giving them
the
a shout
second
out?
film.
It's probably our future. Ayushi.
One more.
So
Cyrus.
you be nice to Watchmen because you need
I
money
know, that's what
from
I thought.
time to time.
I was
Yeah.
Cyrus?
hoping that you...
Yes,
Can we
Abbas,
do one more
everyone's
film?
disconnected from the show. Why should I be paying attention?
Which is why I'm bringing you back. One more film. Dam Laga Ke Haisha. What's the plot of the film?
There's a big tug of war match. and they're pulling at it's a metaphor for life. We're pulling at life's
Watch these
tug of war.
movies.
I have to say, what is
With
this?
No.
life.
For this, I'm going to fail you.
It's a
So-
sport movie?
Yes.
This is Bhumi Padnekar or someone. Yeah,
yes.
It's her, right?
Prem, a school
Wait,
dropout.
let us say it
Okay,
then.
yeah, you want to give the plot of the movie?
No, you go ahead. I don't
one-line
remember
plot?
it. But I remember. Oh no, I don't want to talk
Can I
about
be-
it.
can I
now.
be
Stars-
frank?
Yeah.
Ayushi's conversation about the IPL match was far more
Of course
fun.
it was.
And your stupid contribution to your stupid plot and that stupid couple of films, Watchmen and you take Rishi,
Mr.
put the alarm up his, you know what, and then play it. And let's see what kind of sound effect
I
we
gave
get.
him the signal to play the correct answer. He's just playing the wrong answer buzzer.
You see,
He likes it
it's called the
better.
Kunal Vijayakar factor. You see, because I bully a lot of people and I irritate them, they all wait to take me down.
Okay,
It's
I'm going to
he-
tell you the
So he's
plot
just dying to
of-
play. I can just walk in the room and he's like
Okay,
failed.
can I ask you?
Yeah.
I'm just now going to say shows. You tell me what you think. Okay, what do you think the plot of Bridgerton is?
Yeah, for me, frankly speaking, it's an edge of reality sort of show, which looks from a very
Wrong, Cyrus.
analogical.
I knew he wouldn't know that one.
Yeah,
that's
of
why.
But can he not press the buzzer before I try?
Yeah, that's
before
true.
I try,
That's right, that's
I mean
not
that's
right.
prejudice. That's really prejudice. It's like boom.
I like how Cyrus always starts with like a college student's essay. You always start with, oh, you know what I think, and then you think about your answer while you're saying these vague words, and then you say your actual answer. It's
I was
very
trying to find
college
out.
student.
I've heard this show, so I was trying to think if I can
Is
remember.
that English? It's like a you were right. To
So
give
you
me the
don't know
description.
either?
No,
Colonial era show with a mixed cast.
Yeah, and it's about love, and
Mixed
it's
cast
like
or
a
race-
romance. It's a
race
romance
cast?
show.
Have you watched the
Race,
whole
race.
show, Bridgerton?
I watched the new one because there was an Indian lead.
yeah.
I
there
mean,
were
a
two-
South Asian. Yeah,
there were the
I
two
thought it
Indian
might be
girls.
something to do with Bridgetown Barbados, but obviously not. Can we move on with the AMAs
Yes,
or
let's
can we
go
go
to
this
the
rubbish?
You want to hear the plot of Dum Laga Kya
I
Hai
thought
Sha?
let's do it all night. Why waste the day?
It's about Ayushmann Khurrana and he has an overweight wife, so he has to carry his wife.
The
That's
character. Ayushmann is the actor.
Ayushmann
he
is the actor,
carries
yes.
her, so he's literally like dum
Laga
laga
ke
ke
hai.
No,
Sure, yes.
metaphorically he's carrying her. She's
So
a
it's like
loser.
a
Which is
fat
why I didn't
shaming
wanna-
situation.
No. She can't
No,
get a
no,
job.
it's the other way
He has
around.
to
Yeah.
carry her.
It's
She has
to
fat
normalize.
empowerment.
Yeah.
He carries
Something like
she's
that.
fat or he's fat.
She's fat.
Kids are fat. So normally if
They
you're
don't
fat,
have
kids are fat.
kids, from what I remember.
Why too fat to have kids?
Ayushmann Khurrana doesn't do the kid. He just does the movies where he's either trying to have a kid or like by
yeah.
They
mistake
stop
he's
there.
he had
Then another actors to fill in for the second part. Good point.
Habits? Routines? How exactly do they help us get better? Well, to simplify it for you, tune in to the Habit Coach podcast. I am Ashton Doctor and I'm going to be here to help you get better daily with some simple, easy to do habits that you can easily adapt to your life. So tune in to the Habit Coach podcast from Monday to Friday because I believe that awesome lives start with awesome habits.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored. I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
Cool, let's go to the AMAs.
Yeah.
All right.
Not out of choice, huh? Press the buzzer now, Mr. Turkey Buzzer.
The first one is from Girish Patil. He's asked a very serious question. Cyrus, what's your opinion on Gyanvapi Masjid issue? Babri 2.0 coming soon.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but what I really don't understand how the news channels decide this story will run. So let's just give it more fuel, you know?
Where did it come from? Just like.
No, it's there. So that's whatever happened.
How have you put it up on this like this level?
They're all carrying it like it's the number one story, and they
Yeah.
you know, and they just, what you're doing is just fueling it, and that's the problem. That's why we're discussing it now. I wish they would just cut some of these stories down because it's an issue with a localized issue in an area. It doesn't have to become a
National
domino effect.
story.
No, but it causes that with the media all the time.
And then
But they don't care.
And then it becomes. Then it's no longer about that one thing. Then now it's
Yeah.
now 7 other
You
things.
just
altogether.
polarize exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
and everything comes into it. It becomes like a league that's going on. And in India, haven't you noticed this? Every time you have one incident, they do this, and then you suddenly have 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a franchise. Franchise
I mean,
of villainy.
Mehbooba Mufti was like, give us a list of the mosques you're coming after. like, they're not going to do that. It's a surprise element involved.
Really?
Niveditha, do you have a take on this?
I don't have a take on this.
Okay, let's
guys.
move
I don't
on.
wanna-
The next
Niveditha
I don't
one.
want to talk
is
about
not after she refused to divulge the name of that guy who has a woman in the green
I
room.
think we had like a 6-hour conversation about Kenny Sebastian.
No, it's not him. It was some other guy.
Oh,
She just
yeah, I
said
don't know.
Kenny Sebastian.
I mean, this
No,
is like
you
a
said
common
Kenny
story. I don't know who it was, honestly. It's just a story about, hey, even we have. This is when comedians
Like we said,
want to
no,
get
guys
into the
show off.
sexual harassment.
So when one
when
guy
girls
was
are
like,
being targeted,
So
they're
even
like,
this-
hey,
even-
even guys get harassed.
You can't
okay?
let us have one thing. You can't even let us have harassment in peace. Even this you must get in on.
okay, you want that?
harass.
It's yours.
God damn it.
Abbas,
The next one comes
weird.
from
let them have it. I
Pretty
made
soon.
Where's the buzzer? I made my decision.
Pretty Soon has asked, have you guys seen 777 Charlie trailer? It's a dog movie which looked good. If you guys have not seen it, then recommend you
Well,
guys
they got
to
bitten
see
by
the
dogs, so
trailer.
they won't be able to see it.
Also,
Yeah,
But I
no.
can. Abbas, you have a cat. So how are you doing?
I like it.
The movie or the cat?
I haven't seen the trailer
If you
either.
like it, you wouldn't say
Of
it. You'd
what?
say her or him.
Ooh.
That's the first rule.
777 Charlie.
Okay, so
Yeah, I don't know.
Cool,
Maybe.
we'll watch it.
is
I don't
again,
think so,
Sorry about
actually.
my naivety, but is it Hindi or English?
I think it's Hindi.
Okay, let's go with Hindi.
What's going on?
We've reached the point where we can't identify the film even by
What is-
language or culture anymore.
Yeah.
It's a sad, sad
But
day.
I don't think an English movie would be called 777 and then have it about a dog.
Hey, it might
But
be a
there
Czech
was a-
film. I have no idea.
There was a Channing Tatum film about a dog called Dog. Can someone look this up? A Channing Tatum film
I don't
about
think
a dog.
the one that won the Oscar.
Dogs.
No, no.
The
That
Golden
wasn't-
Globes.
Was it a
Channing Tatum.
documentary on
No,
dogs?
no, it was a
Magic
The
Mike.
Book of Dog.
No,
The
it
book-
wasn't
the
Magic.
Book of Dog, which
Have
is
you
not about a
watched
dog.
Magic Mike?
I saw
Book
the
of Dog.
first one, not the second
Really?
one.
I haven't watched
Multiple
Second
it.
one,
conversations
second one.
happening.
No,
Let's
once again.
challenge
Yeah.
it here.
Oh,
Yes, it was called
nice.
Dog, which starring Channing Tatum.
But just turn your brain off. Just keep your eyes on. That's it.
What?
All right.
You know what I mean?
What are you
I
talking
understand,
about?
I understand.
Which movie?
Magic Mike.
It's
Oh, the
about
one about the stripper, male strippers.
Yeah.
this is the
Another
era.
one of
This
the-
is the era of women becoming superficial. You know.
Yeah, men are objectified in that film. so-
Yeah.
I'm all happy for all that to happen. I think it's about time because then they leave you alone now. I was watching porn, you're like a pariah.
Hey, as long as-
He watches
Oh,
porn.
no,
everybody
no,
watches
no. This
porn.
has
It's all
gone
done.
off in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Just watch Magic Mike. Nothing else. Just leave your brain at
Yeah.
home, but just watch it.
Yeah, I
That's
do
it.
that for a lot of these.
There's no pubic hair in that film. The next question
Why?
comes from
Why even? Why? Because of my story about the kid called Mexico.
Everyone is
It was
as
clean
clean
Mexico.
as the seal.
With Chinese antecedents.
Right.
Now that is love.
The next question comes from Bruce
completely
Wayne.
oiled up.
Girls, will you pay attention to the old man with no hair? This bald blunt, I dare say.
I'm so sorry.
Bruce Wayne has asked Cyrus, guess the Hindi songs. Number 1, fill my hair parting, do it, do your love to me. Sounds sexual harassment and also calling
You have to
bald.
translate it.
Forcing
Bharo, bharo.
Bharo,
Meri
Mang
baal.
Meri Bharo. Maro.
Go ahead and sing.
Rekha and Akshay Kumar. Very
Okay, but
they're
will-
mud
but
wrestling.
can you sing it? I want to see the effect.
Nah,
it
I don't
has
wanna
on the
Hold
song.
up,
sing,
I
yeah.
have a question. Akshay Kumar romanced Rekha?
Yes, in Sabse Bada Khiladi, if I'm not wrong.
And,
Oh,
and
sweet.
she is
You have a
now
problem with
an
that? You
elderly
watch
woman.
Magic Mike?
No.
Middle-aged
She's
men
an
running on a
elderly
pole,
woman
that's
and
fine.
She
he
played,
continues to romance younger women.
That's true. Yes.
I just wanted to
But
point
Rekha is
out.
beautiful.
Of course she is, but she's not on
That
the
film
screen
also
anymore.
had an appearance by The Undertaker, who wasn't romancing
That's what he
anyone.
gets out of the film. Romantic two people. He got excited when Undertaker comes on and his hairy chest.
Song
Love
number
The
2,
Undertaker.
forcing, struggling in the field of lentils.
Dal, something about dal, definitely.
Lentils is dal?
Lentils is dal, of course.
Lentil, all dals are lent.
If a
But
song
that
is
is a
starting
song.
with forcing exclamation mark, it's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Forcing.
Zabardasti.
Struggling. Is anybody in the comments getting it? Okay, let's go to the next one. Innocent good girl, open your heart's window of love.
Masoom.
Bholi
Let me-
bhali ladki khol tere pyar ki khidki. This is also an Akshay Kumar song.
Okay, very good. You've done really well.
What's the second one? Forcing.
Bruce Wayne is off the show.
Oh, yeah.
Give him a red card and suspend this guy. He's gone now.
जोरा जोरी चने के खेत में.
Oh,
What does that even
These are all
mean?
from the
I
same.
don't know
No, that's
this.
from Karan Arjun. Yes.
Why are you talking to me like I'm going to help you? Don't talk to me.
Just
talk
assume
to
that
yourself.
we don't know this.
Yeah, exactly. Have another Abbas in your head and say, Abbas, and just talk to him. Why am I? Don't involve me.
Okay, let's take one more. This
Why?
one comes from no, one more AMA
Okay.
question.
Oh, I thought another little.
My
Oh,
God, really? And then he's going to have this inner conversation about where he's
With
trying to figure it out
himself.
for 15 minutes.
This
Yeah.
one comes from VB.
Rabies?
They say a VB. Vishal Bhardwaj. A model.
Of course. There's no doubt. There's
A
no
model
doubt.
named Yumi Nu has been body shamed for posing for a magazine cover. Oh yeah, Jordan Peterson body shamed her online.
Wait,
People
what?
are
The fat
commenting.
one.
I'll tell you. People are
She's a large
commenting
size.
that her
Oh.
body image is unhealthy. Why there is so much idealism? Your thoughts, please.
No, these are two different questions. Idealism, how much there is different from like.
No,
the-
one second. Why
this-
did he fat shame her?
I don't know.
I
Oh,
vaguely
but
saw the
No,
headline.
so according to Jordan Peterson, a fat
Giving a
person
wrong-
on a magazine
for-
cover is not
for
attractive.
lack, no, I'll tell you.
Not
I
only
remember
not
now.
attractive,
No,
he
lack
thinks
of
it sends
health.
the wrong message.
Wrong
I know
message.
this Jordan
Because
Peterson
Promoting
guy.
lack of health, laziness,
Jordan
not physical
Peterson,
culture,
exactly.
and
His thing is like if you have a body that
Yeah,
works, you
yeah.
gotta make sure that
Yeah.
you're like exercising
Yeah.
and working
Don't
out.
glamorize what he thinks is like a bimari, like an
Yes.
illness.
No,
That's all.
I am
But
not
what
going to
do
defend
we
Jordan
think?
Peterson. I'm going to say there are people in this world who exercise but are still plus size. There are people who eat a lot
Yeah,
and
yeah,
still
of
don't
course.
put on weight.
Yes.
So let
but
let
he-
each person be
his
Oh, we're not
happy in their own
defending him,
body.
but
His
he said,
point is
why
you're
did
not
he
trying
criticize
harder.
him? So I was saying
You have
that's
to
why
try
Jordan-
harder is what he's saying.
Would you criticize a plus size person?
I don't care. I'm too selfish. I don't care about other people. I only like dogs. I don't like you attacking animals. So don't ever say anything bad, Niveditha, about animals again. Okay, I'm just kidding. Huh? You didn't even.
She was even hesitant to
what
call
was he
the
saying?
dog owner an owner.
Jordan Peterson making millions of dollars now
Yeah.
as this voice of
Yeah.
reason.
He's not a voice of
No,
reason.
that's the
Yeah.
projection of what he's saying. He thinks it's his job to call out people and whatever, and he's got his right to say that. I have no problem with that. I mean, other people have the right to say it's rubbish.
It was kind of one of those things where don't you think at some point we all listened to Joe Rogan because he was a very entertaining
He was more frank.
presenter, frank
It
and
was
he
the frankness and the forthrightness and the openness.
because there was a conversation that was happening where you were like,
Yeah.
oh, there is a lot of viewpoints being talked
No,
about
there's a
here,
lot
and
of-
you could pick something out of it.
Correct.
I'm not saying that that everyone stands by everything that he
So
said.
exactly what you're saying. So
But I'm
some of
saying
it,
it's-
I like some of what he says. I don't agree with some what he says.
There were
That's
some.
it.
I will tell you, there were some episodes of Joe Rogan where I was like, dude, this is the right way for me
Yeah.
to think. Like, this is the right way for me to approach
pretty
a problem or
true.
like a challenge.
He has many moments of candid, clear thought, and you justify it and say, I agree, I understand what he's saying. And in both,
But he
both their
speaks
cases.
a lot of things
Jordan
without
Peterson also.
without
Yeah.
full knowledge.
What
Joe
is full
Rogan is like
knowledge?
No, I'm not talking about Joe Rogan.
Take
I'm
about-
saying this
No,
thing
no,
of
no.
the connection of
What?
I'm comparing like a Jordan Peterson-esque problem, which was first he used to write like his 12 rules of life.
Yeah, correct.
I've read that book. Now, just if you take out the
Where
author
are
or
you
whatever,
going, Cyrus?
Cyrus,
can't see it.
it's a nice self-help,
No, but listen.
motivational
Right,
book.
Exactly what you're saying. Nobody is Moses end of the day, okay, with the perfect book.
No,
for
but I
anybody.
would say Jordan Peterson is more dangerous than Rogan because Rogan at the end of the day is a comedian behind a microphone.
He's not
No,
a comedian.
Jordan Peterson
When-
is a
when-
professor.
when he's a
He has
podcaster-
taught in
when he's a
colleges.
podcaster,
A
so he's not playing
failed
the role.
comedian.
He's a failed
Who has like
comedian.
3 Netflix specials.
He's
oh,
worth- he's
you
worth-
also have one.
He's
so
worth
I-
200. I want to be that failed comedian. He's worth 200 million US. Come on, what are you worried about? You can call him anything
Yeah,
you
but
want.
he's like a he's
No,
a
but wouldn't
presenter
you agree?
more than a
Whatever you
comedian.
say-
He made his money through other ways.
Whatever you say, he turned the podcast world on its head.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like it or
Okay.
not.
No, I
and
respect
the reason
that.
Being, no, the reason being is people just
you gotta
identify.
respect the amount of money he made.
No, you identify with him as the
But
everyman.
do
asking
women
every man
hide in
question.
green rooms for Joe Rogan? I don't think so.
You will be surprised.
If they know Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu, then
They're
yes.
into that kind of.
Otherwise, no. Because you have to surprise attack him. That's what he likes.
I
Right.
bet you there are men hiding in Joe
Yeah,
Rogan.
that's actually true.
That's
yeah.
true. That's
Sir, big fan,
100%
sir.
true.
Sir, please sign
Yeah.
my wrist.
Joey Bhai.
Please sign my bald head.
There'll be one guy from Gurgaon, Joey Bhai.
Joe Rogan in the front, Jordan Peterson at the back.
Ah,
Tattoos.
damn it. Those t-shirts we don't have, but we have the
Gotta
big
get
boomer
them.
energy.
Anyway, but they haven't given their view on this whole
They
fat
did.
shaming, if it is. So she's a plus size model, quickly to reiterate, plus size model, and he says that it's a wrong image being sent out to this woman specific sort of thing, that women who are slightly large, and if you have daughters and all in that position. So what would you think?
I think I think his comments on this are misguided because it's not like these magazine covers ever, whenever they put someone who's plus size or outside the, you're also, first of all, the definition of plus size is so like arbitrary. You
Yeah.
just decided that after size 6, everyone is plus size.
I like
and we're
curvy,
brave, and we're
largish,
brave for being like a plus size person. You're like, dude, fuck you, frankly. But on top of that, I think the disconnect here is that it's like, that is just supposed to represent to you that there is not just one way of looking beautiful or classically acceptable
Also the-
to be on a magazine cover. That's it.
The aesthetics can never give you the real picture. You know, the physicality doesn't tell you the real picture about how the
Yeah.
organs are, the hormonal balance is, the heart rate
And
is.
Abbas
not
is,
necessarily.
Abbas is right about the thing of that
Abbas
there's a
is a
lot of
picture
people.
of health.
And
There's
no,
a
I
lot of
don't.
people who work out but aren't
don't-
like skinny.
But having fat people on magazines is not about promoting that body
Exactly.
type.
It's about saying-
accepting or normalizing it, so
Also,
that
you
people
have more
don't
space on
bully
that
people
magazine.
on the streets.
Hence, you
less
said, I'll
space.
take a bigger model.
It's all to say that
For the
all
ads.
sizes exist and all of them should be
And
respected.
Exist and respect.
I
It's
won't take
really
the
And on that
secularism a
note-
bit to it. It's a bit too much. But I'm saying that, I can see both sides of the argument.
That's
I
a
don't think
good
Jordan
note,
Peterson is
it's a
correct
good note to end the
say
show.
that it's,
Get bald men on magazines.
What
Everywhere.
about bald, fat women?
Bald,
That's the
fat-
group we're
Bald
not
men,
talking about. Bald, fat women have been
short
neglected,
men.
and I will fight for them.
But
I
you
will do
know,
it.
Yes.
bald women after the
Fat.
I don't know about
Bald and
fat,
fat.
but that also after the whole
All into Hindi
Will
lyrics.
Smith thing,
Jada Pinkett Smith,
after the Will Smith thing happened, Jada, all these women came out from being like, oh, we've been suffering from alopecia for so many years.
My
and
wife took
nobody
off a
saw
wig.
us, as people.
One
I
night,
think- I think we should wrap up
My
the
wife
show
took off a wig.
before we
I
get
was
cancelled.
like, Bhaijan, where have you been? I mean, just ridiculous.
You said, Bhaijan, where have you been?
After 20 years of marriage, it's common. Trust me. Talk to husbands around the world.
There's a little thing, Cyrus, and then
How
you have to wrap
dare
up.
you? It's a temporary problem, Abbas.
It's time to
All right,
wrap
don't bring
up.
Jordan
It's
Peterson
very
into it.
cold in the
That's
studio.
unnecessary. What a
It
lack
is
of
very
respect.
cold.
Celebrity has never
Please
made
put your glasses
sexual-
back on,
has
Cyrus.
never made sexual comments like that before.
I'm glad there's someone else that thinks
Well,
it's
things
cold
have
in here.
changed.
Oh no, I prefer this
All right,
temperature.
don't
Oh, you
forget.
prefer it?
What's the point of saying anything? These women don't let me talk. They just do their own thing. It's like being in a classroom again. 40 people having their own
No,
conversation.
please plug it.
No, please carry on.
No.
I sound like a fascist dictator. Joe Rogan, I'll make sure you're punished.
Bhaijan, aapke baad.
You don't think it's a sweetheart thing to
I
say?
think it's so sweet.
Yeah.
It's so sweet that you
Yeah,
say
what
that.
the hell?
now.
Yeah.
Cyrus, your
So
glasses.
the first time I called my wife bro, she got quite offended. I don't know when the bro
That's
thing
fine,
started.
yeah, bro,
It's like,
that's
oh,
What do we have to download, Cyrus?
We'll do that in a second. What's your hurry, bro? Bro, what's your hurry?
Okay, I am here all day.
No, I gotta go.
Ayushi, you have a job, right?
Yes, but this is more fun than what I have to go back to.
But at least there'll be intelligent people there, right?
Yes, far more intelligent than me.
Will they be fat and bald?
We have one bald person.
Really?
He's not fat.
What do you call him?
By his name. I
You
don't
call him
call him
Tux behind his
bald.
back?
You don't call him a C word, right?
No, his name is Linto, so we call him Linto.
His name is what?
Linto, Linto.
Linto.
That's his name.
Ooh.
Nice.
No relation to Manto, the
He is
Urdu
an
poet.
engineer, so I mean, there's just.
Wow, he's so
Why are we
fascinating
giving
already.
out personal
His
details?
name, his degree, every woman's fantasy.
Linto.
Lindo the engineer.
You
Come
know
on,
what
let's
we
hang out.
should give out? The link where people can.
Yes, we should. Don't forget to download the Jupiter Money app on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. This has been fun for everyone except those listening, and we apologize to them. Abbas, that was great, honestly.
Thank
But
you so
tomorrow
much.
it will be silvery, right?
Yes.
Tell him we'll start late if that's the issue.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
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 Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In, or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
There's a quick survey to fill out on ivmpodcast.com/survey. It lets us know a little bit more about who's listening to us. And you know what? We're going to do a few prizes. So, we'll do a random drawing of maybe 10 people and we'll send you all some swag. Remember, that's ivmpodcast.com/survey where you can fill out the survey.
What is the workplace and how does your gender and body affect your right at work? Hey, I'm Priya Mirza, and on the Longest Constitution podcast, we critically examine the vision of the Indian Constitution and laws. In season 1, we looked at sex, gender, sexuality in India, and the landmark judgments which transformed our rights as citizens in this country. In season 2, we discussed the laws which shape the workplace and examine how ability, competence, and merit impact us, and much more. Join me, Priya Mirza, every Wednesday only on the IVM Podcast app, website, and all the major podcast streaming platforms.